Hi, this is Dr. Epstein. I'm here to clarify two very important points in the field of hair transplantation. The first is understand the difference between hybrid versus sharp punches, and the second concept is what's the difference between using a human hand drilled system, basically a motorized system, versus the robot. So let's first talk about different types of punches when we're doing FUE, follicular unit extraction. Which basically involves the use of some type of punch combined with a drill system. There are a variety of systems that are available. Some are proprietary, they're very heavily marketed. Others are, as most of the top doctors utilize here not only in the United States but throughout Europe and Asia. Most of us use several other lesser known but finer systems. Our preference typically is the WA, W-A-W system. It was developed by a colleague of mine from Belgium, a hair restoration surgeon. And the concept of the WA is it utilizes an oscillating versus a rotary punch. Oscillating punches or oscillating systems cause less damage than rotary. In addition, the punches it uses is actually called a hybrid punch, which means that it has a sharp, fluted outer edge, but the inner edge is smooth. The concept is that the smart outer edge cuts through, with an oscillating system, cuts through the skin, but the smooth inner edge is the only thing that encounters the hair follicles. It's almost the same concept as when one is cutting a plaster cast off. The system will only cut the plaster cast, it won't cut the skin. Well, this is the same concept. The oscillating system with these hybrid punches only cuts the surrounding skin. Meanwhile, the hair follicles only have the inner smooth edge encountering them, thus avoiding any transection or minimizing transection rate. You can see here in the video an example of on the left side is the oscillating hybrid punch, and on the right side is a sharp punch. And you can see as the follicles are removed, as being shown in the video, you can see the nicer graft that's coming from the WA system, and this replicates when we're doing a hair transplant. The transection rate typically with the WA system is less than 4% in our hands. Meanwhile, with the sharp punches, which sometimes as a role for them, particularly when a patient has very thick skin, we will use sharp punches, but typically, especially when it's not done really well, typical transection rates, including when it's used on the robot, can be 10, 15, even 20% or higher. So it's important that you do your homework and be educated, understand the difference between the WA, the hybrid punch versus the sharp punches. The other concept I want to discuss is the difference between the artist or the robot versus a handheld punch. And here you can have a video. If you look at the video here, on the left is a human-held drill system, and on the right is the artist. And here you can hear and see the difference between how the robot drill works, the punch. It's a sharp punch and harvests a graft versus the manual system. Done properly, the manual motorized system in our hands, in the hands of a qualified surgeon and his assistants, only licensed personnel, we get every bit as fast, if not faster, than the robot, and you can see the quality of the grafts, and it's also just a less traumatic system. Most patients prefer, as do most top doctors, prefer to use these manual motorized system versus the robotic system. Anyway, this is Dr. Epstein at the Foundation for Hair Restoration. We're devoted to using the state-of-the-art technology to provide the best results for our patients. Ultimately, lower transection rates mean better grafts. Better grafts mean higher rate of regrowth, and that's really what it's about. Is not only we want naturalness, which is really all in the hands of the surgeon, in this case me, but also we want the best grafts with FUE. And in our hands, FUE grafts are every bit as good, if not these days superior, to those that we obtain with strip grafts. Anyway, this is Dr. Epstein explaining the difference between different types of FUE technologies. Thank you.